G'day world, Chris Hogan coming to you live for the Vinnies CEO Sleepout here on the Gold Coast, here at Seabus Stadium, the home of the Titans, and I have with me the CEO of the Titans, Steve Mitchell. How are you, Steve?
Hey Chris, I'm great, thank you. Yeah, really good.
Mate, how many years have you been doing this now?
This is number 4.
Unreal.
Yeah.
Unreal. And have you gotten much support?
After they jumped and put their hands up, which has been brilliant. And last minute too, they it was the last couple of weeks, so it was really good. I've got them all down here. We're using it as a, not just a great night to raise money for, for a phenomenal cause, but a bit of a team building exercise, and it's been brilliant. Yeah. Really, really good.
Yeah. Great. So they're going to hear experience how crap it actually is.
Yeah, spot on. I don't think you really appreciate it until you actually do it, and when we do it here, we do it far from what is really what it's like every night. So it gives you mindfulness, and when you hear some of the testimonials in regard to what living rough and living homeless is really about and how vulnerable those people are, I think this is just an extraordinary opportunity to share that experience a little bit, while you're in great company and looked after like-minded people that are raising money for this cause.
Is there any real life story others understand this crisis?
Yeah, I don't think we understand how close this situation is to a lot of people, particularly in economic times like the ones we've got currently. And then there's really vulnerable people like mums and kids and that you find out later that they've spent nights couch surfing and or living in cars, and they're not far removed from you nor your family. And then you come to a place like the Gold Coast, which is a place that's associated with leisure and relaxation and great community and beaches and that. But you don't have to look far to see how much of a problem it is for our communities locally, and to see the people that are stuck in those positions, and they're from adverse backgrounds, and we have a responsibility to help that. So tonight's a really good way to experience it a little bit for yourself, probably far removed from what it's really like day in, day out, but just an extraordinary event.
You got any secrets on special sleeping styles that maximise your sleep when sleeping in a cardboard box?
Stay as warm as you can. Load as much cardboard as you can up off the concrete. Keep your feet warm. And then just budget for the fact that you're not going to get a lot of sleep. No. The reality is, when you're sleeping uncomfortable, and this is what these guys face every day, is you don't sleep a lot. So
How did you feel at the next day after each one of these?
I used to go to work, and last year I had a board meeting directly after it started at 7. So, and they're a 3-4 hour event. So I like to run with it, and just go, well, this is where you're at, and you're pretty tired and exhausted and a bit hungry, and when you sort of sit on a night, and you find this with the guys that play testimonials, if you're living rough, you live on a diet of, trinkets like chocolate, a few lollies and what have you, so you're sort of a bit high on caffeine and sugar, plus you're exhausted, plus you're trying to think and process. So it's the next day gives you a little bit more perspective again in regard to what it's like. And then if you are really homeless, you go back and go through the process again.
And someone that runs their body like a well-oiled machine really does experience the polar opposites when he's full of caffeine and sugar and trinkets. So,
it's no good.
Yeah, it's crap.
It's awful. Yeah, it's awful. And then just to think and process, and then the self, the way you're treated, when you're in those circumstances, your self-value. So it's it's just trying to process it and put yourself in that position from just the ability to have some gratitude around how lucky we are not to be in that situation and to help. I think it's really important.
Is there anybody you'd like to thank for sponsoring you or supporting you?
I'd certainly like to thank the Titans supporters that have come along, our staff that have supported us, and our staff that have joined tonight, and our owners have been they've participated in years gone by, and everyone that's sort of supporting the teams that are here. There's great businesses here that are supporters of the Gold Coast Titans, sponsors, partners, corporates that are local business owners that have built businesses off their own back, and they're out here doing this because they know it's the right thing. So they're great people. It's great to be with them.
Great. Thanks again for joining us for the live coverage of the Vinnies CEO Sleepout here on the Gold Coast. Thanks, Steve Mitchell. Go to the Titans, mate.
Thanks, Chris.
And keep watching for more to come to you live.